Okay, so today we're going to talk about equations with variables on each side. And if you were in class today, we would talk about what these are and what these are. Apples and oranges, and how they're similar because they're both fruits, but if you found an orange in a basket of apples, you would know that they were not the same, so that we need to separate our apples and our oranges, and we're going to separate today our variables and our constants. So similar things like that. So this is going to be a 2-day lesson, and I'll stop it at, or show you where we would stop it. So it says some equations, like this one, have variables on each side of the equal sign. To solve, use the properties of equality to write an equivalent equation with the variables on one side of the equal sign. Then solve the equation. So the first goal is going to be to separate your variables from your constants. These are things with variables, and these are constants. So what I'm going to see here is I need to get rid of this 4D. I need to put it on the other side so that all of the variables are over there. Switching out pencils. So this makes the 4D opposite 0 pairs. I bring down the 8, the equal sign, and the 5D minus 4D gives me 1D, or just D. I'm done with that problem because D is all by itself. So working on to a few more, a little more complicated ones. I like to put all my variables on the left-hand side. So I'm going to move my variables first. I'm going to move this 4n over here, positive 4n, so I would subtract 4n. Make a 0 pair. 6n minus 4n is 2n. And I bring down everything I haven't touched. Remember that this is a negative 5. Now this is a two-step equation. So this would be add 1. 2n equals negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4. Divide both sides by 2. Oops, n equals negative 2. Remember that you can always plug and chug back into the top. We would get 6 times negative 2 minus 1, 4 times negative 2 minus 5, negative 12 minus 1 is negative 13, negative 8 minus 5 will be negative 13. We know we did it right. Those are things you can check. Here I have some A's on the right and some A's on the left. I'm going to move these A's to the left side. So I have 3a equals 21. This one's nice because I don't have any constants to move. Divide both sides by 3. A equals 7. A few more practice here. I have x's on both sides. I like to put the x's on the left and the constants on the right. If you want to go the other way, you can, because this one's going to make it so that we end up with some negative x's, which is okay. 3 minus 8 is negative 5x minus 7 equals sign 23. Adding 7 to both sides, 0 pair of 7s. Negative 5x equals 30. Divide both sides by the negative 5. Gets me a simplified 1 here. X equals negative 6. Letter C, that's almost a two-step equation. This one's kind of goofy. They're almost all separated. The only constant I see is here, so I'm actually going to move my 7x to the other side so that all the x's are over here. So I get 4 equals 2x, divide by 2, and then x equals 2. So that was a little less complicated, but sometimes there can be deceiving. Moving on to the next page, we have a word problem that we probably haven't had to set up variables on both sides. So Green's Gym charges a one-time fee of $50 plus $30 per session for a personal trainer. A new fitness center charges a yearly fee of $250 plus $10 for each session with a trainer. For how many sessions is the cost of the two plans the same? So we want to set the two plans equal to each other. This one would be, I'm going to pay $50 plus $30 per session. So $50 no matter what, plus $30 per session. I don't like to use S, so I'm going to call it X. This other one, they're going to charge me $250 up front and then $10 a session. So right now, if I only take one session, this one would cost me $50 plus $30, so $80. This one would cost me 10 times 10 plus $250, $260. So I would definitely go here. But what we're going to solve for is when they're equal to each other. I'm going to move these x's all to the left. So I get 50 plus 20x equals 250. Then I'm going to move the constants all to the right. Make my 0 pair. I get 200 here. Divide by 20. So I could get x equals 10 sessions. So if I take 10 sessions that will be equal. But if I take anything less than 10 sessions, this side will be cheaper. Anything more than 10 sessions, this will be cheaper. So I just have to figure out how active I decide to be. Another word problem here. The table shows ticket prices for the local minor league baseball team for fan club members and non-members. For how many tickets is the cost the same? So we're going to set up an equation here. So membership fee, one time only, they're going to pay $30. For how many tickets is the cost the same for club members and non-club members? Okay, so club members are going to have to pay a one-time fee of $30 plus $3 per ticket. These guys will never have a membership fee, but they'll have to pay $6 a ticket. So if I'm only going to one game, $33 versus $6 is going to go this way. But let's figure out when we would spend, when it would be equal. So following the procedure here of solving, we would get 10 tickets. So if I'm going to go to over 10 games, I definitely want to get a membership. Otherwise, I'm going to spend more. All right, last one on day 1. We have some polygons here, and we're going to set up some equations along with those. It says, write an equation to find the value of x so that each pair of polygons has the same perimeter. Perimeter means we add up all the sides. So we need to add up all these sides. X plus x plus x, 3x. 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 5 more is 11. That has to equal this one's perimeter. Well, they only give me 2 sides here, so remember that this side is also x plus 3 and this one's x plus 1. So I have 4 x's, and 3 plus 3 is 6, 7, 8. Now all the x's to one side. So I get negative x plus 11 equals 8. And then all the constants to the other side. Now negative x equals negative 3, so that means positive x would equal positive 3. Same thing here with this pentagon. 12 x's, 5 sides will give me 60x. Has to equal 6, 7, 8 x's plus 9 plus 7 is 16 plus 10 is 26. Just need to move my x's to the left side. So we get 52x equals 26. Divide by 52. X would have to be a half. So if they were both a half, then they would have the same perimeter. And that's it for day 1.